What's up, guys? Soni Podcast, Conversations on Life and Combat, episode 17. I got a big episode today. A UFC fighter who has been in the scene since the very start. A guy who has fought multiple legends like Jorge Masvidal, Khabib Nurmagomedov, so many big guys. Today, I'm introducing the one and only, the man himself, Iaquinta. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. This is
Thank you
awesome.
for coming on the show, man. It's been an
Anytime.
honor. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right, man. So I want to start off with the iconic question on Sony Podcast: Is what is success? What do you think, man? What is success to you?
What is success? It's a good question. I think for each person, it's probably going to be a little, to them, it's really what is success to you. And
Hmm.
if you're living that your own dream of success, then that is success. I think being happy, uh, radiating happiness to the people around you, success. Being a contributor to society rather
Hmm.
than draining society. I think that's success. Um, yeah. I think it's a great question, man. You hit me with it right off the. I
Sorry,
like.
man. Sir.
No, it's great. What is success to different people is going to be different. I guess to some people, um, you know, some people they want they have a goal of success is to make multi millions of dollars, and they don't care how they do it. They'll you know that's their idea of success, and if they reach it, doesn't matter what they do on the way up, they're successful. Some people, I think, don't care about money at all. They just want to, they don't really want to work. They want to just hang out all day. If that's their idea of success, then that's their idea. And if that is what the life that they're living, and they figure out how to make that happen, and that's success for them. For me, I just want to be able to go to the beach when I want to go to the beach. You know, I'm
So-
successful if it's sunny and it's nice out. I'm like, oh, I want to go to the beach. And I can make that happen. It's like
okay.
success. It's always been success for me.
Let's say you can go to the beach. Are you unsuccessful?
If I cannot go to the beach,
Yeah. Are you unsuccessful?
uh, well, it all depends. If it depends on, there's like a threshold of what kind of day is it at the beach in relationship to what I have going on. If it's like a 10 out of 10 day at the beach, the waves are head high, it's sunny, it's 85 degrees,
Hmm.
and I can't go to the beach, I'm going to be pretty upset. But it also
Hmm.
depends on what kind of work I have to do. If I have like if I'm selling like you know, a multi-million-dollar house, then I'm like, you know what? That takes precedence over going to the beach, you know? So if if I have to if I'm forced to take a client, who might not be too serious, but I have to do it, and that then I have to meet at 10. If it's not a nice beach day and I have to go, I'll go and take my chances on a client who might not be too serious. You know what I mean?
I
But
know
if
what
it's
you
a 10 out of 10 day and this person's like, not too serious, they're looking out of their price range, I'm going to the beach. You know what I mean?
mean.
It would be
Right.
unsuccessful of me to waste time on a client who there's a 5% chance of buying a property. They're unrealistic in their budget. They want, everything. They want $1 million house for $500,000, and I'm gonna miss a beach day for that? No. But if it's a very serious buyer and it's, somebody that's uh, realistic in their budget, and
Mhm.
and and then I might do it. But I don't know. Some beach days are worth throwing everything aside and just going.
Let's say you have all the money in the world, like you're the richest man, but you're stuck in Alaska. There's no beach. It's just snow. Are you unsuccessful?
Yeah. And my
Really? That's
my
that's how much a beach means to you?
I grew up on an island. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So, and Long Island in the summer, it's a short summer. You only get 2, 3 months of summer, and after those 2 or 3 months of summer, you only get a handful of 10 out of 10 days at the beach. I
yeah.
pay a lot of money in property taxes, and the only way for me to justify paying all this money in property taxes is that when it's a 10 out of 10 day, I gotta make my money. I gotta make my money's worth. You know what I mean? So
I know what
that
you mean. I know what
I think that's to me that's
Success.
success. It's definitely being able to have that luxury. It's like it's like you live in Aruba and you can't go to the beach ever. You know what I mean? I live on Long Island and
Hmm.
I only get a handful of nice days at the beach, and that's why people pay so much to live here. I feel like I
Yeah.
have to go to Manhattan at least once or twice a year and do something because it's right there. That's why the Long Island Railroad takes you right there.
Hmm.
The beach is right here. Got to go to Montauk or out east. A couple times. I feel like that's why you live on Long Island. Otherwise, yeah, might as well move to Alaska.
Alaska. I've been to Alaska. It's fire. It's really
I'm sure it's
nice.
great. I'm not Alaska. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But for me, the style of life, how I grew up on Long
Hmm.
Island, it's like, and there's plenty of people they move to the middle of the country. They move somewhere where there's no, the beach isn't like it isn't like a necessity to them. Maybe
Hmm.
they don't like the city. They don't like to go out east to the Montauk or the Hamptons. And if that's the case, then you probably should move to a place that doesn't have the crazy property taxes. The cost of living isn't high. The job scene isn't as competitive. But
Yeah.
uh, but for the people that live here and the people that pay all the money that they do and they fight and they freaking get cut off on the Southern State Parkway and the middle finger thrown at them every single morning on their
Wow.
drive to work. On the days that it's nice out, hopefully you can enjoy it, even if it's one or two times for the summer. You got to make it worth it, and then all that crazy the potholes in the winter. You're
Wow.
getting driving, and you just get freaking slammed with a pothole. It's like you live here on Long Island. You got to be strong to survive, but you also you pay a lot, and the beach is right here. It's a $10 parking fee. If you're smart enough, you can fool the 15-year-old at the toll booth and get in for free. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's something that you gotta enjoy while it's right here, so close.
For me, man, I think success is happiness. It's just happiness. It's one thing, because like if we go into a list of things, let's say I don't have one of them. Am I unsuccessful now? Like at what point do I become unsuccessful? So for
Yeah,
me, it's happiness. But there's also a bit of contradiction in this. This is why this is the iconic question on my podcast. Because let's say it's happiness, right? Everyone who's happy is successful. Then. Almost everyone is happy, right? Or most people. So then everyone who's happy is successful. So then at what point do you actually become successful? Because I feel like you're always chasing things, right? Oh, you're going to be at, what I get, this accomplishment, this accomplishment, this accomplishment. I'm going to become successful. But for me, it's just happiness.
yeah,
But when someone comes to ask me, are you successful? I feel a little awkward because I'm only 18 years old. Like I still have so much more to go, right? So to say that I'm successful at this age, I don't know, it just feels awkward.
well, if you're happy, you're successful. I think that's you're spot on with that. No
Yeah.
matter where you're at in the journey, you're 18 years old. You have a lot to accomplish, but you're content and happy with where you're at right now. You're successful, man. You're on a podcast. You're reaching out to people.
Hmm.
You're building this podcast.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you're happy with where you're at, and you should be, right? I think everybody should be happy with what they're doing. Obviously, you have goals that you want to accomplish, but
100%.
uh, but yeah, being happy where you're at, I think you're right. You're right. That's the definition of success.
Yeah. But then it also comes like everyone is successful then. Even like the lowest people that are happy, they're successful too. I guess
Yeah,
so, right?
like you said, if you're happy, I mean, some people they're happy just, going to the bar every day, eating chicken wings. You know what I mean?
100%.
As long as they're not hurting anybody and they're happy, by all means, keep doing your
Hmm.
thing. You know what I mean? But then some people, they're not happy unless they're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They're getting uh, workouts in. They're doing whatever they're doing for work. They're excelling in their career. They're forwarding themselves in business in uh, you know and everything. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
yeah, it's and then some people, yeah, they're never happy, and that stinks, right?
Yeah.
Imagine, there's some guys that are extremely and girls extremely successful, and
They're
you
not
know
happy.
they're just not they're never
Yeah.
happy. They never be happy. I met them before.
Is
People
that
that
success though? Or is that just wealth? Like if you have all that money but you're not happy, are you
yeah.
really successful?
And then who knows? Maybe they're happy of being unhappy.
Oh yeah, true. That,
You know
that's
what
a
I
good
mean? They're
point.
happy. Like I'm happy. I'm just miserable, but I'm just gonna go. I'm working. You know what I mean?
Fair
So
enough. Yeah.
I think it's as long as you're contributing in a positive way to society, you know, everyone that like hopefully that encounters you is you make someone's day better rather than making it more difficult. That's kind of like my thing. I try to like, and if you make my life miserable, I'm gonna make your life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel
Yeah.
like maybe I shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If you're making my life more difficult, maybe I should be the person that you know tries to make your life better because it seems like you need it. But there's
That's
some
true.
people, but I think just being happy, contributing to society, not taking, you know, away from society or diminishing, making places better. Um, yeah,
Yeah, because I think most people who act miserable to you are miserable themselves. Like, and if you don't know who you are yourself, you're gonna react to that. You're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna fight back. But like, let's say I say to you right now, you suck at real estate,
yeah,
right? And let's say I just throw that out. You know you're good at real estate, right?
yeah.
So you won't fight back to me like, oh, I did this, I did that, I did that. But people often don't know who they are themselves. I feel like. So that's why they fight back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like bipolar. I feel like in that aspect. If you're nice to me, I'm gonna be, I radiate whatever you give me. I'm like a mirror. You give me, you're not nice to me. I'm gonna be nicer to you. But if you're mean to me, I will out. And that's maybe a fault that I have is
Mhm.
I'll out. If you want to be you want to be mean to me, I'm gonna be. I'll guarantee you, I'll beat you in a mean contest. You know what I? I'll pick out the flaws that freaking bother you, and I'll make you miserable. You know what I mean? But then people that are nice to me, I wonder what that says about me. You know what I mean? It's like I'm really nice to people that are nice to me. I try to be at least. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Try to be. If someone comes with good attitude, I try to radiate that back. And then if someone comes and they're like, oh, you think you're gonna say I stink at real estate? Well, oh, all right. You think you could be a bigger asshole than me? I'll oblige you in that contest for sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's
But
a good
maybe
way
that's
of thinking
all
of
that
it.
I have in myself that I need to dig deeper in and do some work on.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. To me, I just see it as like, like often people don't know themselves who they are. Like because like you've grinded, you made it to the UFC, you fought for the title, you fought so many times in the UFC, then you went into real estate. Not everyone can do that, right? Not everyone has the chance to do that. So this
Yeah.
goes into my second question for you, man. Was this all your destiny, or was this free will? Was this destiny, or did you write this?
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely interesting. You could. I think it depends on how you see it. You know,
Yeah.
uh, it's kind of like the things that I was. I think I was born into. Um, my family. My father's a football coach,
Mm-hmm.
and he was friends with wrestlers. and that kind of got me onto. I he looked up to his friends that were wrestlers. I looked up to his friends that were wrestlers. He was a coach, and it just kind of like I found myself in the fight scene. You know what I mean? Like I started wrestling. I wrestled, and then one of my wrestling friends was getting into fighting, and I kind of followed his path that way, and then took it to a whole nother level. And yeah, it's kind of like nature versus nurture. I was born into a situation that um, allowed for me to kind of like have the ability to get to in fighting, and then the real estate stuff kind of just came along the way. I would see people at the
Mhm.
gym that were training at 12 noon, and I was like, oh, how are they in the gym at 12 noon? Like most people are working, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And one of my friends, Nicky Knuckles, he was like, oh, he's a real estate investor.
Mhm.
He yeah, all the people that are involved in real estate that work hard at it, they're pretty successful, And I saw Uriah Faber, the success that he's had financially. Obviously, the fighting um, was first, and then diversifying into other business ventures, um, took him to the next level during his fighting career and after his fighting career, and real estate was um, a big catalyst for that. He bought a bunch of properties when they were giving out mortgages to everybody before the crash in 2008, and he put fighters from his team in the houses, and they rented them out, um, and he was building a big portfolio in real estate pretty early. And I saw that, and that got me interested in real estate. I got injured fighting, and that
Well,
kind of was a blessing because it got me involved in real estate. And then I ended up going back to fighting, and they both kind of worked up, and I had a plan for when I was done. So, is it destiny or is it, uh, you know, I don't know, but depends how you look at it. You could say, yeah, I'm here, but I think yeah, it's a
because you
little.
think, because not everyone gets a chance to do what you did, and the point you made, how like everyone who works really hard has like is successful in real estate. Don't you think there's people who work way harder than like you, but didn't get the chances you did? Whether that's in UFC or whether that's in real estate. Like they didn't make it into the UFC or they didn't make it into real estate. They didn't get the offers. Like
Yeah,
if I walk down the street and I meet like Dana White and he gives me an offer, was that my destiny? That doesn't mean I work harder than you, right?
yeah,
Was that destiny though?
yeah. I think it's a little of both. It's about being in the right place at the right time, but also having the skills to back it up in order to make it happen.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's a little bit of some people. I think there are some people that they'll never be able to fight in the UFC. They're just not, they're just not built for it physically or
Okay.
mental or mentally too. But um, and it's a good question. It's like how far can they take it? Like if you know you, if you're there's and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the right situation they can be smarter or you know break through with a new technique, a new style that can fit their body type or whatever, and then
Hmm.
that'll get them you know through. But I think yeah, I mean limiting beliefs maybe off the bat can stop people from even trying. But if they set a goal to make it happen, and even if they're not the strongest, the fastest, the smartest, maybe they can figure out a way with the hard work. But yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
deep.
that. What's that?
It's deep. It's deep, right? It's a deep
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How like if the most unathletic person in the world made it a goal to fight in the UFC and they dedicated every minute and every second, I'm going to say there probably is a way that they can. You see, like with there's different techniques. There's really the birth of jujitsu was created for smaller guys that were you know
Hmm.
physically not as.
No, but
capable of big
yeah,
football guys, and you could just put them in an armbar, wrap them up in a leg lock. Use
that's true.
gravity and joint manipulation to beat a bigger, stronger opponent. So I mean, but in the modern day, I don't know if it's as possible that everyone really knows jujitsu. But could you take it to the next level and create something maybe that and even take like that same principle?
What I'm trying to say is like that example that you give, that guy who is very unathletic, he gives it his all. You think he can make it into the UFC, right? But let's say like he's the best, like the best fighter ever, but something goes wrong, like in his family, maybe someone close to him passes away. He can't train anymore. Something like some like miracle happens, right? That doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. That doesn't mean he's not the best, but the situations around him. So was that destiny? Because like he is the best, but he didn't get to make it into UFC, right?
Yeah. Uh, but if he is the best, I think he would probably figure out a way to make it happen.
Really? You think that? Like, anything can happen, right? Like,
Yeah. 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 That's. I
what
mean,
if
it's.
he's like, what if he's in like the like a random corner in the world, like he's in like the most unpopular country, like in Africa? I mean, people obviously Francis Ngannou and all those guys, they made it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like some people didn't, right? Even me, like I'm getting a chance to talk to you. There's probably a better podcaster out than me, right? But he didn't get the chance to talk to you or to the other fighters that I've talked to, right? So is it my destiny or did I write this? Is it my free will? Steep. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
Sick.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Crazy. Crazy. That's why I think you got to be blessed. You got to be thankful. You got to be blessed with the blessings that you have. You were definitely gifted an ability to talk to people.
Hmm.
And uh, you're also able to. It'd be one thing if you could just you're great at talking to people, but you also have the ability to get out there, get on social media, put yourself out there to get rejected. I'm sure you've reached out
Oh,
to people and
so
they've
many.
rejected you. You know what I
So
mean?
many, so many, so
Yeah, yeah.
many. Dude.
And there's probably people out there that are just as good at talking to people. Maybe they're even better at talking to people,
Hmm.
but one person turns them down and they crawl up in a ball and they give up. But
That's
then
true.
people, someone like you, and you just keep going, and you're getting better as you do it. I'm sure you get more
Thank you.
comfortable. You're getting like a thing down. So
Yeah,
yeah,
not everyone responds to me, bro. Like one out of 100 people, or sometimes they do, but they're asking for like $2,500 or like $3,000. I was like, bro,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know if I can afford
yeah.
that.
Who's your dream guest? If you could have one guest, like doesn't matter not like anybody. If you could have anybody that like, who would it be?
That's a really good question. Uh, I really like Merab. Merab.
Oh
I really like Merab. Yeah. Or I like. It doesn't have to be like the mainstream guys that I like. I like some of the chiller guys that who I feel like would be so interesting to talk to, like
yeah,
Dominic Reyes. He's not like a champion, right? But he fought for the belt. But I feel like he would be such a cool guy to talk to.
yeah,
Or Rafael Fiziev. I think he's also
yeah.
really cool. Like certain people I feel like are really really cool to talk to. But
Oh,
yeah,
Marab is Marab's.
Merab.
I mean, he's the cool. He is the coolest.
Merab
Yeah,
is the coolest. Yeah, I think in current day he's my favorite champ. He's my
yeah,
favorite champ. Yeah, he's
yeah.
really cool.
I think everybody. I think there's. It's if you don't like Marab, there's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
100%. After
he's
the Umar fight, you can't deny him, man. Like
yeah.
you can't deny
Well,
him. He's
fighting aside, just as like a personality, you know what I mean. I think he
hmm
stands for the right things. You can't, be, a guy that works hard. He's just a hardworking guy.
yeah.
Uh, he's the nicest guy until he gets in that octagon. You know what I mean? And then he turns it on, and I think that's what it's all about.
I also like Masvidal. I was hesitant to say this. I don't know if you're cool with him, but
No, definitely gotta respect that guy. 100%, 100%.
yeah, he's really cool. He's really cool.
This
I
guy,
like.
he's got stories too. I'm
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, he's got some stories he can tell and a lot of stories he can't.
I feel like he would be a sick guest to have on the show.
100%.
But
100%.
I got Gleison Tebow last. He was my biggest so far.
Nice. Yeah.
He's really cool too. He's really cool.
Oh,
He's genuinely a nice guy. I feel like from the heart.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
He was a terror in the lightweight division for a long
yeah,
time.
he still has like records. I think most takedowns in the UFC lightweight history. I think.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and third in UFC in general, like not in the lightweight. I think first
Wow.
is GSP. Oh no, first is Merab. First is
Rob just
Merab. Yeah,
Rob beat.
Merab,
Yeah.
GSP, and then Gleison Tebow.
Ah, it makes sense. Cool.
That's crazy, man. Yeah,
Good. Yeah, yeah.
man.
Awesome.
So I want to move on to another topic, man. What do you think about ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? Of
Oh, we're gonna get crazy here with the ghost.
course, let's go,
I,
man.
unfortunately, I do not believe in ghosts. Yeah, I
Any
kind of.
experience?
What's that?
Any experience with a ghost?
No, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think you know. I don't think there's. I don't think there's. I think like because there'd be too many. Like everything dies. You know what I mean? What is that? A ghost ant? Is there? Does the ant have a ghost? You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, I think once you're done, that's it. There's not much of ghosting going on. You know what I mean? After the fact, every dog has a ghost. I don't think so. But what would be what would be yeah. What,
But think about all the stories, all the movies, every single situation. Was that all a lie? Was that all fake?
uh, I think there's some people that just have an imagination. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. So you think it's like mentally. That's also like psychologically, there's illnesses too, right? Like sleep paralysis. Have you ever had that? Sleep paralysis.
I never had sleep paralysis until I heard about sleep paralysis, and then I think I had sleep paralysis. I watched a documentary about what is it like the lights and the demon people or the shadow people, right?
Yeah, and yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. No, go
it just I think and then I think I had that, and maybe it was a dreaming about it something. I don't know what it was. It was weird,
ahead.
but I never knew about it. I never knew about sleep paralysis. Then I watched like a documentary or something like a show about it. Sure enough, I think it was within like a week or a month. I had the same thing. It was like weird, and then I saw like flashing lights in my window, and I
Wow.
and that. But I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I was like making that up. But then I thought like the police were at my house, and then eventually I ended up getting up and I looked outside and there was no cop cars, nothing. It was like a very weird thing. But I did see shadow people. I don't know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? All in my head. I think I was like, I don't know why. What do you
maybe.
think? You think it's sleep paralysis? Is that supposed to be ghosts or
In
is
my
it?
personal opinion, I feel like I know people who had it, and it was like they were going through a certain phase in their life when they had it, and they never had it after that, right? Maybe when they're like further from God, or when they're going through a lot in their life, they go through that, or that demon that they see. Apparently, like I'm not that like deep into it, but it's like you. That is you without skin. So it's like you wake up, like your mind's up, but your body's still sleeping, and that flesh is you, like the inside of you almost, which I don't even believe in. Like I just can't get myself to believe in. I feel like there's some supernatural aspect to sleep paralysis. I feel like, do you believe in religion? Are you religious?
Uh, mm, I do. I think. Yeah. I think I would call myself religious, and I believe in what like the church is has built, and like the values that the values that um go along with it. Kind of. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
So like culture more than the actual teachings, or
Yeah. I would think. I'd say more like yeah. Yeah.
okay,
I wish I was more of a believer. I wish I could like. You know, yeah.
Yeah. Are you open to it though? Like,
Oh
open
yeah,
open to learn? Because yeah,
yeah. I think there's great parts about all religions. I think there's probably some not so great parts too. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
100%. Dude,
But
yeah.
I think
Most
that's
people are not open to it though, like they're just fixed on what they are born into and they don't even want to learn. Like if you genuinely want to learn, whatever makes sense to you, you should believe that, like you should follow that. But yeah.
yeah. And I was growing up. We went to church every week. I got
Oh,
my back. Went to like religion. Every couple times a week. But I think it's definitely a great like institution.
s-
You know, and,
does
and
religion affect your decision with the destiny and free will question? Because religion has to do with that, right? God has written the destiny.
yeah,
Do you still believe in? Oh no, you said they both go hand in hand, right? That's what you said.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I mean,
believe in all destiny, man. I believe everything's written. I believe every single thing is like me and you talking right now. This was all written to happen. Everything is so perfectly planned.
yeah,
Because let's say like something bad happens to me, right? I've had podcasts where like the day we're filming, they said like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, right, or something like that. But let's say the day we're filming the podcast, like let's say anything bad happens to me. If I'm a free will type of guy, I'm like, oh, that's my mistake. That's my fault. That happened because of me. But if I'm like a destiny believer, that was meant to happen. That was all God's plan. I cannot change any of that. That was for the best of me. Maybe that podcast would have done really bad. I would have done put me in like a step back rather than a step forward.
yeah. You would have
So
got yourself canceled.
exactly. Anything could happen. But
Yeah,
I truly believe in that. Like it's a better mindset to have, and it truly has helped me too in my life. I feel like destiny is real. In my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I think that the way you look at it, same in yeah, it'll definitely, excuse me, put you in a good headspace when stuff does pop up like that. And in real estate, for me, I used to dwell on the deals that didn't go through, or if a seller went with another agent, they went to
Yeah.
go, or they went with you know a different agent. I was like, I dwell on it, and now I'm like, you know what? They were probably going to be a headache anyway. The reason they
Hmm.
went with a different agent because we probably weren't on the same page, and it gives me more time to service the clients that I do have that are on the same page, or spend time finding more of the clients that will be, rather than servicing this person who went with another agent who I probably wouldn't have got along with. They probably had different values, different expectations, which is the reason they went with somebody else. So
Hmm.
now I'm more at peace with it. In the past, I was like, I dwell on it for days, weeks,
Yeah.
forever. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, good. Go with them. I'm gonna find, the people that I'll use that time to find the people that are my kind of people.
That's true. Yeah. But is that destiny though, or is that free will?
And it depends how you look at it. I mean, if
Yeah.
you chalk it up to destiny, and then it is what it is. I think you are, the world is what you see it as.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
You
Do you
know,
feel like you control your day? Like I get obviously you're the boss of your day, right? You do what you want, but do you feel like you fully try to control every single second of your day? And if anything goes wrong, do you get upset at that?
that's the key. I think
Yeah,
that's the key. Rolling with the punches. The,
exactly.
that's the battle everybody's fighting every day in life. Is you have a if you schedule your days and something goes wrong and you self destruct, it's a big problem. But if you can take it, roll with the punches, make the most out of it, at the end of the day, maybe you weren't thinking you'd end up where you're at. Maybe you were 10 steps in front of where you thought, or 10 steps behind.
Hmm.
But, some days you have devastating days that are like something big comes up where you thought tomorrow I'm going to be in a totally different space. And then something freaking comes up and just, you know, could be good or bad, right? Could be like the best thing ever. You get a phone call, that just brightens your day up. You're like, wow, this is an incredible opportunity, or I didn't think it was going to go that well, you
Sure.
know. But if you let that get, if that inflates your head too much, it could slow you down. And if you're something terrible happens and you fester on it for too long, and it's also not gonna, it's kind of like rolling with the punches. Take the good with the bad. Stay on track. If something really good comes up that you didn't expect, don't let it get you off track and blow your head up. And if something pops its head up, and something really bad, pops its head up, then don't let it depress you and set you back for too long.
Wow, that's pretty deep, man. That's some good advice. I'll take that. No.
I'll take it too, because sometimes I say it, but that something will happen. Freaking start throwing things in the office. You know what I mean? I shouldn't do that. I should just roll with the punches. Roll
Roll
with
with
the.
the punches. Wow.
But yeah,
No, that's deep, man. That's deep.
it's easy to say. It's hard to do though. That's the. I can say all day. Oh, if something bad happens, just take it and move forward. But then something bad happens, and you just.
Hmm. All right,
I
man.
get,
I want to move on to the Would You Rather segment on my podcast. All right.
oh,
So this is more morality, But okay. So a train's heading towards uh your best friend, right? A train's heading towards your best friend, but you could pull the lever and it'll go to 5 random people, and you're killing 5 random people. So would you save your best friend, or would you save 5 random people?
oh shit. Ah. I think, I think, I don't know. I think the 5 random people are gonna get it. Unfortunately,
Really? Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's your friend. You got to do. You know what I mean. I would probably kill 5 people for my friend if
Kill
it
5 people. Okay.
if it meant them if it meant them dying. If it was like, you know what I mean.
What about their families? What about their uh, existence? 5 against 1. Five
Yeah,
souls. 5 souls. Think of it from like a religious point of view. Like 5 people, 1 person. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, what's the right answer? Is there a right answer?
No, no, no. There's no right answer.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
what you believe. I'm
yeah,
very skeptical about it too. Like your best friend has done so much for you. You know. Okay,
yeah,
let's say it's like the issue is like, let's say that's like your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. You would
yeah,
automatically kill the 5 random people, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
when it comes to your friend, does that
Yeah.
mean you don't treat your friend as family, or is it,
Well, that's what
you
I'm
know,
saying. They're pretty
exactly,
much family. So the 5,
exactly?
unfortunately, hopefully they're 5. Hopefully they're 5 miserable people that you know deserve it anyway.
Well,
You know, not that anyone does, but maybe they. I don't know. Some bad people out there in the world. You got to hope that the 5 people are not great people. I got some pretty close friends, some good friends. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
I think almost like people that I know. Really, might be people that like.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah,
even
because
fighters?
if it's 5 people that you don't know, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? To
Really?
me, you know what I mean? What I
Like, well,
guess.
let's just like Jorge Masvidal, right? You know him. I don't know if you're friends with him compared to 5 random people. Would you save Jorge Masvidal, or would you save 5 random people?
But the 5 random people, it really does. They don't really exist.
What do you mean? They're 5 people.
Not me though. They're just if it's like kind of like saying Masvidal either lives or dies. That's kind of the question you're asking me.
Masvidal lives, or 5 other people live. Like,
But I don't. They're random people, so I don't really know them. You know,
but they're still people. Like, what if they're
if the
like,
train them, there's not going to be. I'm not going to wake up on, Ariel Hawani talking about 5 random people. He's going to wake up and he's going to go. Masvidal got hit by a train. You know what I mean? So the other people really, I probably would never hear about it. I probably wouldn't even know. Hopefully everyone else wouldn't know. You know what I
Uh,
mean? It would just be, you saved Masvidal. You're a hero. There was a train coming right at him.
you say Masvidal.
Diverted it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm very.
Kind of sick, right? Though I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very like. I'm jumping between both sides. It's such a hard question. Your best friend or five random people. Like five people. Like if you think about a religious point of view, there's like five souls, five people.
Yeah,
You know.
I think if it really comes down to it, anybody's choosing their friend. They're gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
"Sorry, five random people."
Because those
Yep.
five random people, if they were in that situation, and if you were one of the five, they would choose their friend too, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, if, that's also a big thing, right? Like, if they won't choose you, why are you choosing them, right?
exactly. They're not. They're not gonna choose me, so I'm not choosing them. That's a good way to justify it. Kind of a sane way to justify it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about what about one person, or you can never do real estate again?
One person, a random person,
A random person, or you can never do real estate again.
a random person gets hit by a train
Yeah.
that, or I can never do real estate again.
Yeah. So actually, it's heading towards your career, but you
Yeah.
could pull it and you'll kill one random person. So, what do you
Is it a?
pick?
Do I get to see? Do I get to find out? Like, do I get to see the person? Is it a man, woman, or child?
You don't know. It's just a person. Anyone. It could be even your parent.
I'm probably
It,
choosing. No, no, no. If it's a friend, oh, I don't know. It's
it
any.
could be. It's like 1 in 7 billion chance, right? Like,
Like it's like you can save this person, or you can save yourself with real estate, and then I choose them, and then they show me who it is, and it's like, oh, look, it's your somebody.
it could be. I mean, it's like a 1 in 7 billion chance. Right? What?
Ah,
Like 7 billion people. Anyone in the world. Just
kind of
one
like
person.
rolling the roulette wheel, and then whoever it lands on,
Whoever
that's the
lands on. Exactly.
trap. Probably.
Really?
Probably going with real estate.
Really? I think
Uh,
that's. I think
yeah,
that's low.
might go. Yeah, you say really like that. I gotta really think about it. I think if I'm
Take
not
your
in
time, bro.
a situation and someone says like there's a train coming at this person, and you can save them or never do real estate again. I'd probably. I mean, I think I could do other things, so I'm not. It's not like you know what I mean.
Yeah. You
It's
could fight again.
yeah,
You
yeah, I could fight again.
could fight again.
Uh, I'd probably do something. I don't think that wouldn't be the first thing I chose at this stage of the game. Um,
You wouldn't fight again? Never?
I don't think so at this
Really?
point. Otherwise, I would. You know what I mean? I think that ship has sailed. You know.
Let's say the right opportunity comes though. Like,
Oh, if it was the right opportunity, if it was like you know, somebody that's not very tough and they were going to pay me a lot of money, then I'm going to do it. But if it's yeah, I don't think for like the typical pay in in the UFC fighting those tough guys,
that's
you
not
know,
worth it.
yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
You have to pay me a lot more and have me fight somebody that's not really that good.
That's true.
38 years old. I'm in real estate shape, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not like hey, like these guys.
Wow, that's true. No, but 38 still young, man. 38 still
In the world, yes, but as a
in
you
the fighting, yeah, you're right,
in the
100%.
fighting years, it's
Let's say like you versus Tony. You got a call. Would you do it?
that I probably would do.
You would do? You would do?
I probably would do. Yeah,
Wow. I
I have to do some training, but
want to see that fight, man. I would want to see that fight. That would be a
yeah,
sick fight
yeah, that'd be cool.
in MMA. Yeah. All right, next, would you rather? Okay. Five sleeping people or one person awake? Like, would you hold on? Wait, five. Did I say that wrong? Uh,
Think so.
yeah. A train's heading towards five. Yeah, a train's heading towards five people that are awake. But if you pull the lever, it'll go to one person that's sleeping. Would you kill the one person that's sleeping or five people that are awake? Or is it the wait, hold on, sorry.
Yeah,
Five
one
five
person.
people five people who are sleeping?
Yeah, if
Uh
they don't do anything to me, I'd rather do the one person. You know.
okay. Even if it feels him more.
What's that?
Even if he feels it more, like he's awake. He's gonna feel
Yeah.
more pain.
Uh, I don't know. That was
This
a
one's a kind of dumb one, to be honest. I don't like
yeah.
this one. This,
The other ones were kind of better.
yeah, this one's a dumb one, man. My
Give it
bad.
to the best.
All right.
I'm seeing as many people as possible. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
That's true.
Awake or not.
A good person, man. Good person.
Yeah.
But do you know what earth stones are? Earth stones or birthstones? Like,
Yeah. I had Jared Cannonier on when I had a podcast a little while. He's
wow,
big the Earth Stones. I don't really get it too much, but
really? Jared
yeah,
Cannonier?
maybe I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah, the ones where like they mean something, and
Yeah.
like yeah,
I'm like,
like some give you good luck, or some give you wealth, some give you that. What's your thoughts on that?
goes back to the same. If they believe in it and it does something for them, good, go for it. To me, I don't know. For me, I don't think a stone's really making much of a difference. You know what I mean? I'm not too much into that. Like, whatever. But if they want to like keep a stone in their pocket and it thinks it does something to them, you know, they better
Hmm.
not lose the stone.
How about superstition? You believe in superstition?
Superstition. Not really. I'm kind of like, but then maybe I am. I kind of like I'm like the like anti superstitious guy. So if like something keeps happening, I'll do something to break the superstition on purpose.
Really? So you would go out of your way to do it?
Yeah, like in
Really?
hockey, I would like there was like there was a goalie that would always he would skate, but he would jump over the red lines. He would never skate on the red lines. So I was like, that's stupid. I'm gonna make sure I always skate on the red lines. You know
Wow.
what I mean? But is that superstitious? I don't know. But then I'd forget sometimes. I don't think I'm too superstitious. Nah.
Okay. No, I mean like some people believe where like if you do certain things on certain days, something bad's gonna happen to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
would you go
Nah.
out of your way to prove that that doesn't exist, or would you just do what you do?
I wouldn't mess around with. I wouldn't tempt. You know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
At the end of the day, it's a belief, right? It's like a why would you disrespect somebody's belief? Somebody believes that, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't tempt. If there are some spirits out there, I ain't tempting them. That's for sure. But I'm not gonna take that because I haven't seen them yet. You know what I mean?
How about aliens? You believe in aliens?
Sure. I think there's aliens. There's definitely something there, right? There's got to be something. But what do
Gotta be
I know?
something. Then
I
why
don't.
not for ghosts? Why not for ghosts, then, man?
I thought the Earth was round until like freaking a couple of years ago. Now they're telling me it's flat. What the hell do I know? You know what I mean? It's
What do
got
you
to be.
think is? Wait, are you kidding, or you actually think it's flat?
No, there's people that think it's flat though. I'm
Okay,
like, what are you guys talking about?
exactly, right?
I'm
Yeah,
like, then I think about it. I'm like, what do I really know? I've never seen the Earth from like outer space. So what do I know? Maybe I was just fed a whole bunch of bullshit
that's
forever.
true. Maybe it was just fed into our brains. That's what they wanted us to believe.
Some of these flat Earth people, man, they got some explanations. They have an explanation for everything. But it just makes sense. The Earth's round, and then the moon comes up this way, gravity,
Yeah,
everything seems like the theories kind of check out. So these flat Earth people, I
I
don't
don't know.
know. But aliens, going back to aliens, yeah, I think there's some aliens. I don't know if
Really,
you would call them aliens. Like
it can be anything.
there's like there's solid, liquid, gas, right? What if there's like a fourth thing that we don't know about, and
Exactly.
we can't even like comprehend it in our minds? Is that like an alien, or what? Does it have to have life form, or
It
you
doesn't
know?
have to be those Toy Story green aliens. You know, it can be anything. Or like
That's
people.
the thing. I'm like, why when everyone thinks about an alien, does it have to be like green people with antennae?
Exactly.
Kind of look like humans. Like I'm saying it's probably not like that,
It
but
could
it
be
could.
like anything. It could be like a human and like a dinosaur combined. Think of that as an
Yeah,
alien, or like anything. It can be
but I
anything.
think it's something that we can't even like comprehend. It's like
I
no
agree.
something
I agree.
where it
Something
happens.
so random.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like a word that a noise. I don't know. Who knows? You know what I
Could be
mean? But
anything, man. It could be anything.
right, there's got to
Yeah,
be
man.
something.
There's got to be something. 100%. But then you don't believe in ghosts, though. You don't think there's got to be some ghosts?
I think. I think the aliens. I'm saying there's definitely a better chance of there being aliens than ghosts.
Okay. Okay.
I think there's, I think there's a very good probability that somewhere in the universe there's another like living organism that we don't know about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But ghosts, I don't know. I
Ghosts
think
is yeah.
it's ghosts are like that's like I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't want to kill anyone's dreams or anything, but I don't know. I think once it's over, it's over. That's it. Hope you got it in. You're not gonna come back and like haunt people or you
So what do
know.
you think? It's just that's it? Do you believe in a heaven and hell, or it's raps?
Uh, I don't know about heaven. I don't think once you. I think that's it. You know what I mean?
It's raps.
But I hope I change my. You know, it'll be a lot easier to die if I believe in more things. You know what I mean?
Are you afraid of death?
Actually, maybe I'll fear death more. I'm not really too scared to die. I think it's pretty like I'm scared to die like in a bad way. I wouldn't want to like burn to death. That would be pretty brutal.
Most people who believe there's nothing after life are afraid of death because that's it, right? It's over. It's like
Yeah,
how we were before we were born. We don't remember anything before we were born, right? It was
yeah.
nothing. So that's surprising. You're not afraid of death, right?
I feel like I've been knocked unconscious. I've been choked unconscious, and I'm guessing that's probably kind of like what it feels like. You just kind of like you don't wake up, and when you're choked out, you don't remember getting choked out or getting knocked out. You just wake up, but except you don't wake up. So I think that's kind of like how I justify is like I'm not really too scared of that. I just hope I live enough to where I'm like, all right, I'm fed up with this world. Get me out of here, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not there yet. I got a lot to do, a lot to see. You know, so that's what I mean. But I'm not scared of like the actual like process
Death.
of dying. I don't think,
Okay.
unless it's like some weird way. I wouldn't want to get like you know, I wouldn't want my last moments to be kind of like agonizing.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Just go out
Wow.
peaceful. Old age would be great. Not many
Wow.
people see that, but it's a good way to go.
I maybe gotta go to New York. I wanna see these beaches that you're talking about. You know, like I'm in
You,
Toronto. You know where
you,
Toronto? Yeah. Have you been?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
Yeah. Well, Toronto is nice too. Cold
yeah.
winters. I mean, it's not that different than New York winters, right? New York has pretty heavy winters too, right? But
Yeah, yeah, it's
but
pretty. I think probably. Yeah, I mean, people think New York. They just think the city,
mhm.
or the Hamptons. They don't that Long Island. It's a big island. There's a lot of beaches. There's some nice beaches. There's the North Shore, which is on the bay, and then there's the South Shore, which is on the Atlantic. Two totally
Wow,
different vibes. Two totally different scenes. But the beaches on Long Island, like I said, you only get a handful in the really nice days, but when you get it, you can enjoy it. It's
that's
yeah.
yeah, wow, dude. Just to wrap it up. Let's near the end of the episode, let's talk about more fighting. So, how do you still think about that Khabib fight here and there, or do you still have
Yeah.
any special
Oh, well,
memories from it?
just the whole thing was kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
you stepped in last minute, right?
yeah, that whole weekend was just nuts. The Ferguson getting injured, then
Holloway.
Bay not making weight, then the Connor thing with the bus. He threw the
Wow.
thing through the bus, and a couple guys got like injured or got glass, and they couldn't fight. So I ended up being the guy when all those other things was, like you said, the destiny. It was kind of destiny, but I
Yeah.
did put myself there. But but yeah, it was just a wild weekend. Tough, a tough fighter. Great fighter, and it was yeah, it was pretty crazy weekend. Of you go back, you play it over in your head. What would I would have done different? What would I have done the same? And yeah, it's just But definitely, I'm happy with how everything. I don't know if I'm happy, but I'm definitely content with where it put me after the fact. I think I showed a lot of heart and a lot of
Yeah.
skill on short notice, and it was good.
This is a very short notice fight too, right? So like, yeah, wow, that was a crazy night, right? But how about the Jorge Masvidal fight? Do you still think about that, or any special
Yeah,
memories from
yeah. No, I was the one that was. I think I made a name for myself.
that? Yeah.
I fought hard, a hard first round, got beat up in the first round, and then came back second, third round. The crowd was booing. I yelled at the crowd, and I think that did a lot of good things for my career. Even yelling at the crowd, I thought that wasn't going to be good, but it being like kind of like a trademark thing.
Yeah. Was that destiny? I'm kidding, man.
Yeah, I mean these are all the questions that we ask, right?
100%. So let's do one last one. Let's end it off with this last question, man. A philosophy question. Do you know what altruism is? Altruism?
I can't say I do.
Okay. So it's when you help someone without gaining anything in return. So do you think you can ever help someone without getting anything in back?
Do I think you can help somebody without getting anything back, without wanting to get anything
No, no,
back?
not wanting. Getting. Like
Yeah,
your intention doesn't matter. Like you still get something.
yeah. I think it's human nature that when you help somebody, it puts a good feeling. You feel good, even if
Hmm.
nobody knows about it or it's not. I think you definitely. I think help when you help somebody, you definitely get a feeling of something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that's good for you. But I don't think.
But you think
Yeah,
that good comes from religion though? Like you think if religion wasn't a thing, people would still be good, nice to each other? Like does good come from religion?
it definitely, yeah, within a community, but I think it also creates a lot of problems as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's probably you know in societies that are all like one religion and their religion stays to themselves, they keep it within themselves. It kind of like governs everything. But
Mm-hmm.
then when religion's like right next door, and there's like beef with the religions, then it's never good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's never good. But I'm trying to say like if religion wasn't a thing, would people still be good to each other? Or is it religion that makes people do good?
Yeah, I don't think it's not necessarily religion. I think religion can help instill qualities in people that are positive in society, but you can
Mm-hmm.
also get that from a million different other things. Fighting's not a religion, but I think it teaches a lot of the same things that a religion could:
Yeah.
discipline, how to treat people, how to, it's. I think it's just any institution that you know brings the people together and
At the end of
teaches.
the day, it's just a hypothetical question, right? Like
Yeah,
life without religion, like I don't even think that's something like it's very hard. Like I can't even think of life like without people, like religion. A thing, like it's. I feel like it's an important concept
yeah,
that
yeah.
people have. But yeah, man, that's it. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I learned a lot from you, man. I learned a lot. It was an hour of talking, an hour of learning knowledge, but learned a lot, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Made me think a lot today. I got to go take a nap after this. I think freaking about freaking five poor people that have to die because I was shaving a friend. Jesus Christ,
Wow,
you know.
man. I'm I'm gonna add you on the I'm gonna send you collaborative requests on all of them. So if you ever want to accept it, I'll
Sounds
send
good.
them over. Thank you, man. It
Cheers.
was an honor to have you on the show. Peace.